All right, South Kakalaki and Tennessee. Tennessee 12.5-point home favorite, 62 the total. Man, South Carolina gave me a heart attack Saturday night with that game against me. It was one of my favorite sides, laying the 5.5, 6 with South Carolina. And man, every time Rattler and the offense, they went up and down the field against Mississippi State. Mississippi State couldn't stop South Carolina, but man,
they're
that
awful.
Secondary, South Carolina was picked apart by Will Rogers. I mean, some bad breakdowns, bad busts in the secondary from South Carolina, allowed Mississippi State to keep hanging around in that game, but eventually it ended well. South Carolina got the point spread cover in the victory over Mississippi State, barely, but they got it, which was all that matters in the end. But now they got to go on the road here against Tennessee. We'll see how they fare in this one. Tennessee, look, I know Jose, our producer in the background, tough to see what happened to his UTSA team over the weekend, but it was just a bad matchup. No Frank Harris, no chance against Tennessee off a bad game against Florida too. So they were going to be chomping at the bit to bounce back. And sure enough, 45-14 beatdown over UTSA. That Marburger kid, he can't play. I've seen enough. He cannot play football at the college level. He's terrible. Eddie Lee Marburger, Eddie Lee Hamburger is what I would call him after that. That's what he should be doing, flipping hamburgers at Wendy's or something, not playing college football right now. He was terrible in that game. And look, actually, I'll give Owen McCowan credit. Took over for UTSA in the second half and actually brought UTSA back into that game a little bit, but it was too little too late. 45-14 for Tennessee in that one. Good bounce back game. But now they got to lay double digits here against a South Carolina team that obviously defensively in the 37-30 win against Mississippi State, they had their struggles. But South Carolina has covered 3 in a row. Double-digit home favorites here, Tennessee. Can we trust them? I know they got it done last week, but, and against Virginia they did. But South Carolina is better than UTSA and Virginia. The two teams that Tennessee did cover as home favorites. So that's a lot of points to be given a capable offense, too, because the one thing we've seen out of Spencer Rattler here for South Carolina is last few weeks they've been pretty good on the offensive side of the football here in recent games. Even against Georgia, I thought they played okay, on offense against a really good defense. So I'm kind of leaning South Carolina here at getting this number. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, that was stressful, South Carolina just covering. And I wish, I unloaded the first half bet on Tennessee. I just didn't go big enough on that. And it was like 21-0, seemed like in a flash. And UTSA, yeah, Jose, there's problems at UTSA right now. Tennessee back here at home. I think the number's just out there. And I think even if South Carolina, the back door, I wonder what defense comes to play. I know Georgia turned it on, but I thought their defense was good early on versus Georgia. And then last week, they just get into the shootout and just kind of bad play at times for both teams, South Carolina and Mississippi State. But I think it's given a team like South Carolina just too many in this one. I'm going to look at it more, but I'm leaning the points here. I think it's just a little bit too much in this one.
And South Carolina does not have a very good secondary. I will say that. I've seen enough now to know that. North Carolina picked them apart earlier this season, and Will Rogers did last week. But Tennessee is more reliant on the run game this year with Joe Milton at quarterback. Joe Milton's an okay passing quarterback, but he's not Joe Montana, or anything. It's not Peyton Manning, former Tennessee Volunteer, that's for sure. And South Carolina is better stopping the run. The better part of the South Carolina defense is against the run. They're better against the run. So that's why I think they might be able to hang around, because Tennessee does prefer a little more run than pass, and South Carolina is better against the run than they are against the pass on defense. So I am leaning here to South Carolina a little bit.